Hello guys, Odin here. I've been seeing a lot of videos online recently, spreading misconceptions about the sandbox game called Sandbox by Face Punch, the guys who made Garry's mod, and it disturbs me how little information these guys have looked into this. Because if they really did, they would be praising the hell out of this. And what this game actually is a blatant blessing from Gabe Newell and God at this point, because what they did is rather than just making an average Gary's mod game where you can just use source assets. The reason why they have all this here is because they give you the ability to put your own assets in the game, right? And people don't get this. So this home screen we're seeing, right? This is just a regular hub, right? This shows you all the creations in the software they made here, but this is just the face of it because what it really is hidden. So your average person is going to go into the hub, right, or in games and find these two things. So find testbed, and they might find, and most people find sandbox, right, and they go into sandbox. All right, we'll let it load. All right, so this is what your average person is gonna be looking at from dealing with Gary's mod, right? This is like the average type of setup you get in that game. You get a gravity gun or physics gun and you upload models however you do it. I haven't messed with it that much, but because that's not the core thing of this game, right? And they think it's just about the marketplace and getting stuff to put in here, but this is just the face value of this game. So it still gives you the Gary mod interactions, but this is not the main game. The main game is found here. You see there's a piece of software here called S&Box editor, and I'm gonna link a video in the description for this channel. This guy will show you exactly how to set it up, both with code from GitHub, which I can also put a link in the description. But if you go into his channel, this first video here will show you.
S&Box game engine tutorial.
It's more like this video here.
I think
It'll show you exactly how to set it up, step by step. And also, if you go to their documentation page, they also have it over here. So they show you how to set up the sandbox editor. And now this is where the magic of the game comes in. So I'm going to close this and show you where the real stuff is. So if you're able to get the sandbox editor set up, you'll find out that what's hidden under the hood of this, which is the real hype of about it, it's not the fact that it's Gary Mods 2, is the fact that these guys somehow got Valve to create not Gary Mod 2 with Source Engine, or Source 2. They got Valve to allow them to make an editor for Source 2. So they pretty much, the same way you can get Unreal Engine 5 on Epic Games Launcher is the same way that you can give them $19 and have access to the Source 2 engine. So I'm gonna pull this up. Then we're just gonna do a test bed so that way you can kind of get an idea, because I'm playing around with it right now, and let's just say it's very inspiring. Yeah, it'll take a little second, definitely not as long as Unreal Engine to load, but yeah, this is what we got. So it's loading a way bigger, deeper level system than like an empty map. An empty map like the other projects down here that I've been trying to mess around in, they load like in a few seconds, but this is loading way more assets, which is similar to what you find in the sandbox core software. So yeah, it's loading. So I'm not going to be teaching anything here because, to be honest, I'm a noob, especially with sandbox editor, but hopefully this video sheds some lights and shows you pretty much what's going on here. All right, so right now, as you can see, this is the real sandbox here. The sandbox editor is the gold that these guys made for everyone. Because you have to realize, like, a lot of game engines like the idTech, Rage Engine, Source 2, all these engines are designed specifically for specific games. So the engine used for Counter-Strike 2 is modified differently for the engine used in Half-Life Alyx, and is modified differently for the engine that's used to make fucking Portal and Deadlock and all these games. So what these guys at Face Punch did is, which are also the creators of Rust, by the way, they made an editor for Source 2. So that means they built software that lets you access the capabilities of Source 2. Like, if that doesn't blow your mind, if you haven't played a Valve game, you know that's intense software to make. You know, like that's like game changing, game industry changing piece of software they just dropped in our laps for $20, you know. And according to them, when you make your game, um, you'll be able to post it on their page, of course, and you know, get some stats. But you can also develop a real game, like a full game of your own, and sell it with no royalty charge because it's Valve software. You know, so at least that's what they're trying to get set up. You know, they only have PC porting for now, but I'm just gonna pull this up and pull up some physics demos so you can kind of see, you know, it the just a glimpse of what it lets you do. And the biggest point I'll point out that I've learned so far is that it has quick loading. So if you have Visual Studio or Visual Code, you know, paired up with the engine, right? Anything you change, you can change code live as you're building, which is insane. And I've tried it a few times. Like I said, I'm not a professional here, so I'm not. I can't give you any fancy examples, but the playlist I'm gonna link here will. This guy's building an ongoing series on how to develop games on this engine because he's probably like, I'm gonna assume he was a playtester, you know, and also he definitely has some serious skill in C sharp, which is what the language is. So I'm going to ragdolls. As you can see, classic Valve um, physics system is at play. We'll go back. I'll show you props. So breaking physics is here. Classic Valve. Throw watermelons. Then I'm just gonna show a few examples. I'm not gonna show the whole things. I'm not gonna show everything. Look at that. But either way, you get the point. The point of this video is not to show you the editor. The point of the video is to let you know that when you see videos online saying Garry's Mod 2 sucks, S&Box, it's not what you know, it's this, it's that, it's this. Those are coming from people who are used to Garry's Mod and they're not interested in game design, you know, to sell. You know what I mean? Or not even to sell, but like, you know, do the things that people are doing right now, like creating a unique game. You know, they're looking for that fun factor a Garry's Mod has, but that's not the core focus of this release. So yeah, thanks for watching. You guys have a great day. Thank you.